skeletons in my closet. Won't you share yours with
Welcome back to the rew-who-nyc Show, live from the branded SaLoon on October 17th, 2014. Here's your lovely hostess, Rue Star.
Thank you, ZEST Radio Show.
You're welcome.
And here is ALeX NahaS. Give it up.
Don't you feel sometimes you wanna be starting explosions? On the pipeline to the mainstream. Cut the cable to our TV dreams. What would we do with our lives? What would we talk about? Let's stay up till the morning light. Let our lust pour out. Explosions on the pipeline to the mainstream. Cut the cable to our TV dreams. And what would we do with our lives? What would we talk about? Let's put out the moonlight. Let our lust pour out. Explosions on the pipeline to the right. Cut the cable to our TV dreams. Don't you feel sometimes you wanna plant seeds in the cracks of the pavement? Then you can sit back and watch love grow. Don't you feel sometimes you wanna be some explosion? On the pipelines to the mainstream. Cut the cable to our TV dreams.
like I just went on a journey somewhere. So come sit. That is beautiful. Zest Radio, my beloved Zest. To my left.
Isn't that awesome? That was awesome.
Yeah,
That was
I keep singing
beautiful.
Beyonce today.
Thank you so much.
Wow. So, what is the instrument? That seems to be the.
It is called a Chapman stick. It was invented by a man named Emmett Chapman in the 70s, early 70s. He lives in California. I first heard it listening to, when I was a kid, I was really into like prog rock. I listened to a lot of King Crimson and a lot of Peter Gabriel, and the bass player, Tony Levin, in that band. Like prog, like progressive rock. Yeah, prog rock, yeah. Not the city, but the style.
Right.
So the guy that played a lot of those crazy bass parts, I was a bass player at the time, was this guy Tony Levin, and I found out he got a lot of his sounds from the stick. And then I
Sounds from the stick. It sounds like a dick joke.
Staying on the theme.
Yeah.
So anyway, it all kind of went from there. I went and I saw Emmett Chapman play, and I learned he played it sort of more melodically, kind of more like a piano. And I learned there's this whole like other side of it.
So where'd you get it?
I bought it actually through him. I went and I started talking to him. I was living in California, and he turned me on to a guy who was selling a used one. That was many years ago. This is the second one I bought since.
Wow.
So that's where it started.
Good for you. So do you play other instruments?
I do, yeah. I am a bit.
First one.
First stick?
First anything.
First anything. I was 15 when I started playing bass, and I and I had no idea what I was doing, and I showed up to my friend's garage band rehearsal. They didn't have a bass player. They had two guitarists and a drummer, and they were doing like Rolling Stones and Van Halen covers.
Yeah.
And they were just showing me where to put my fingers.
It's good training.
It is. It's really
By
training.
rote.
Yeah,
By rote.
That's right.
Where are you from?
I grew up in California mostly, Southern California, and then I became an adult in San Francisco on my own when I broke free finally, and then I've been here 7 years.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not looking back.
I love the subtleties that you were able to bring out of the Chapman stick.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
No, it was really beautiful.
It is
Thank you.
beautiful.
But it's when I was watching you, I was thinking like, maybe Jimi Hendrix might have inspired somebody to create that because he used to the way he played.
Sure.
He'd like throw his thumb over the top and play like bass lines while he was playing the leads.
Absolutely.
So you think maybe there was like somebody saw Jimi Hendrix and said, "Oh, I can't do that, but I can create this instrument and have like you can play lead on the bottom and with the hammer-ons and all that and the bass on the top." I wonder if there's any element to Jimi Hendrix having any influence for the creation of this instrument.
Well, what I read about the development of the instrument was that Emmett Chapman, he's like a studio guy, and he watched a lot of players start to experiment with playing on the neck. Hendrix, of course, kind of kicked that all off. And he decided why not design an instrument that actually does that, rather than watch people sort of struggle with, guitar. It's kind of cool, but it's not really how the guitar was built, And so there are a lot of guys in jazz, too, like Stanley Jordan. I don't know if you guys know who Stanley Jordan is. Plays up on the neck, and he just kind of hammers. That's his entire style. So I think this is sort of an extension of that whole thing.
And your setup, I know you had to get a little technical assistance. So is the high end, like the guitar part, we'll call it, is that hooked up to like a regular amp and the bass element has a separate output to a bass amp? Or?
Exactly. That's
wow.
it. And when I play in my band, Bright Brown, I actually run them through two separate chains of effects. Because it's just the drummer and myself, so we...
You don't need anything. You have the
you
bass
got
and the
you
guitar.
got the full sound.
And the vocal. Right.
You got a website?
I do. Bright Brown Sound is sort of my umbrella site. I do a lot of music production, and so it's kind of everything. And then on there is a page just for Bright Brown, which is the band that I'm in.
And when are you playing? Do you have something lined up?
Not until November 22nd. I'm playing at Union Hall, just over here.
Away.
It's not.
It's far away. It's 5 minutes.
It is.
It's like, yeah, exactly. So Union, that's a nice venue.
Yeah, I like it.
It's cool.
Spend a lot of time there.
Good for you. And when you say you do a lot of production, what kind of production?
Well, I'm a recording engineer, producer.
Oh, so you
person.
do that too. And where do you do that? At Bright
Well, Bright Brown Sound is sort of my home studio, and so I work there a lot.
Where's that?
That's in Park Slope on 10th Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most recent album you've worked on, or a song for an artist? If you're allowed to tell us. If it's under wraps and you're not allowed to say, well, hey.
Well, I do a lot of kind of smaller projects these days. I haven't done the long term. In San Francisco, I had a big studio, all analog studio with 3 other guys, and we would do albums from start to finish.
People don't do that anymore.
No,
Now
they
it's
don't.
all about the EP.
It's all right, and it's also about home recordings and
Yeah.
can you help me
Yeah.
make the sound better? So I get a lot of files,
Yeah, it's a whole
and I end up
different business.
remixing. And,
Everything is so different now.
yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody buys albums anymore. It's like the song, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Available
digital now,
separately.
you know?
Yeah, I've finally given up. I mean, we have 2 albums out. One was CD, one just today actually just put up a download-only EP
Yeah.
ourselves. So
It's so much easier
Yeah.
for everyone, really, in the
Yeah.
long run. As much as I love holding on to every relationship, like albums, CDs, whatever,
How about the
you gotta move on, right?
how about the
Digital,
technical
baby.
technical aspect of recording these days? Like I guess years ago, maybe in California, you're probably using like 32 channel boards or what have you. What's it come down to now? Is it like almost all digital technology with a little bit of outboard gear?
well, I find that
Recording, you can probably do.
yeah, I mean, you could literally do it on a laptop like
Yeah.
like that.
Wow.
You need someone like you.
But I don't work that way. I'm used to working with tape machines and
Yeah, you can still
and outboard
record.
gear. So I have a completely analog front end. I have a
Nice.
phase
Yeah,
mixer
nice.
in
Analog.
my house.
Yeah.
However, I've been told that even when you record it all like that and it's so great, that when you have to switch it to a MP3 or something,
Right.
it loses and
Oh,
turns right
don't
into
do that.
that, right?
MP3s are the devil.
Yeah.
They're the devil. They work for little earbuds, but then I've heard people run them on big club speakers, and I don't know. When I walk in, I can hear it immediately. It
And it's
sounds.
an MP3.
It's an MP3. It
Good for you.
sounds
I
small.
love people
There's
with
no
ears like you.
headroom.
That's a
Yeah.
talent, your ears.
Yeah, you get used to it. You work around.
Well,
it.
you have to have ears to be able to play that thing. So today happens to be National Pasta Day.
I love pasta.
Oh,
any
yeah.
excuse.
Take a giant, please. I
Wow.
slaved over this, and
All right.
there's too much left.
I hope my mother's watching, so she knows I'm eating it.
Oh, good. All right. You can have more. Now we need a skeleton from your closet, which is something that your mother doesn't know. So now,
I basically led a pretty sheltered life despite being in the music industry, but I was sitting there thinking if you asked me that question, what I would do. And I remember stealing a porno magazine when I was like 13. I slipped it under my shirt.
wow.
So I was a curious boy.
And where did you steal it from?
I stole it from a corner store in, I can't remember the name of it. It's you call them bodegas out here. They don't call them bodegas in California.
Yeah.
It was a corner liquor store with a magazine rack.
So did you do what the usual thieves do? They, when they're inexperienced, they just hover around the item that they want to get for like a
For
while.
about 3 hours.
Right, yeah, and then go for it and do the slip.
Yeah, pretty much. And it
how
just
did you get away
right
with
under just
Where was the store going? Before
Before
camera, of course. So how did you sneak it in and how did you get out?
do we have to dwell on this?
Yeah.
Another dick joke!
Well, okay. It's really you never really know if you're being watched or not. It's really, especially when you're 13 years old,
Yeah.
you just have to say now. And I don't know. I had a jacket on.
Okay.
You don't walk into a store with a jacket on a warm sunny day. That's one thing. So I had a jacket on and I just went in there and I hovered.
The guy
for
was
a long
probably
time.
like encouraged. He was like, finally, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So can we use the disclaimer now? Kids, do not try this at home.
Do not steal porn, especially now that you have the internet. No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Would you like to push a button?
Sure.
All right, Mr.
Wow.
Sound Man. He's going to be so careful. Oh. That's the gun of love.
Wow.
That's the gun of love I'm
Oh,
going to do.
another sort of dick reference, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
it's just the
course.
theme of the day. I think.
It is. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
It was my pleasure.
And
Yeah, it was
come
awesome.
back anytime.
Thank you.
ALeX NahaS.
Thank you.
You're watching the live from the Brandon SaLoon. Brooklyn, New York on October 17th, 2014.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
Who and who? What's that you say?